My dear students, welcome to my class. Uh, on behalf of Government City Government College, English Department, I am here with you to give you a class on your English second paper. The topic I'll be discussing here with you today is right from verbs. So let's get started. Before starting my class, let me introduce myself to you. It's Mohammad Rezaul Kareem. It's my name, and I'm teaching English in Government City College, Muktegasa Maiman Singh. Okay, dear students, let's have a look on my class. Alright, from verbs. The item is very much familiar with you. You have been working on it for about last 7 or 8 or more years, and I'm sure you know how to solve the problems regarding how to use right form of verbs in your English sentences or in writing something else. Actually, the item is not so difficult, but at the same time, this is one of the most crucial items for the learners of English, because the parts of the space that we are must or we are bound to use in our sentences are verbs, nouns, and other parts of the species. But verbs are one of the most important items in English grammar. So the use of verbs must be excelled by you if you want to do something else in English. Right from verbs, there will have a passes, and there will have 10 incorrect verbs within the brackets, and you will be told to correct the verbs and write them in your answer scripts. Dear students, we'll work with those verbs or those uses of verbs which sometimes seem to be a bit difficult for us. Today, in my first class on right form of verbs, I'll be talking about the special uses or the tips that we will adopt to solve the problems regarding right form of verbs in sentences. First of all, the thing you need to follow is that tips number one, read the essays carefully. First of all, you have to read the passages carefully, and then by reading to understand the meaning of the given passage. You have to understand the meaning of the given passage, what it is talking about. You have to decide whether it's talking about something happened in the past, or is it talking about something general issues. 3. Make sure what the passage is about. Passage is the key name. What is it talking about? Is it story or general issues? Story like last month, last year, once upon a time, or yesterday, what happened? Suppose this is talking about someone else doing something in the past. If the passage is about that, the tense it corresponds is present tense. So the verbs, especially the finite verbs, will be on present simple tense. But if it talks about a story or something else in the past, the general tense this will correspond will be past tense. Past tense. So the finite verbs will be in past tense. But if it talks about very general issues like football match, cricket, my hobby, my school garden, my classroom, etc., etc. If the topics are like this actually presents a general idea about the topic. So the tense it will correspond will be present tense. Present. So if the passage talks about general issues, the tense it will correspond is present tense. But if it talks about a story, narrates something, then it should be in past tense. So you have to decide which tense you will use to use the correct form of verbs based on the passage, whether it is talking about something else happened in the past or something general issues. So this is a vital or important issue or important tips for you to follow if you want to solve this problem. Okay, if we want to clarify this, giving an example, I think you will be able to understand easily. Last month, I Okay, if we look at this very sentence, the sentence starts with an adverb and this is last month. You can see this is a time signal. This is telling that the event or the incident I'm talking about here is actually happening in the past. Last month, I go to the zoo to spend some time there playing with the animals. So the verb in the bracket must be in the past because the sentence is about the past incident, past happening. Therefore, the verb is in the past. But if we write down another sentence here, the sentence is cricket be a very exciting game. So from this very sentence, I'm sure if this is a passage, this is about the game cricket. So this is not talking about any time happenings or any incident that happened in the past, or there is no such thing here. This is just talking about cricket. This might be in the past, in the present, in the future, all the same. So this doesn't have such time incident. Therefore, the sentence or the passage should be in present tense. Therefore, here I have used what? Is. Cricket is third person singular number, therefore the verb is be verb. So the sentence is in the present tense. So this is the way how you have to decide in which tense you will correct the verbs. So this is the most important thing I have talked with you today, and in our next class I will be starting with what? Obviously verb. As we will work with right form of verbs, then we must be acquainted with various forms of verbs and their uses in sentences. So in our next class, we'll talk to you on English verbs and their uses. Thank you all for today.